At long last, the mythical roadmap has appeared. It's about time. I figured this thing was going to be vaporware forever, but it has finally emerged from the mists of chaos, and we have now the next 12 months more or less roughly mapped out. We'll see if Creative Assembly can keep to this release schedule. They are giving themselves a good amount of time in between these releases, which seems appropriate given their current sort of update cycle, but we do have quite a bit coming down the line. A bit of a mixed bag as always, some good, some missing, some questionable, but we'll definitely get to everything as we go through it. So just going to quickly run through. There was a small update to stability today to fix some, like the skill UI crash when you're skilling up lords in campaign. It would occasionally happen, and some general other stability improvements. Haven't tested it too much out myself in campaign to see how much of a difference it makes, but I have one of the processors that was affected by it, so I'm really looking for a performance improvement in campaign, hopefully. But anyway, there is going to be an update 3.1 coming soon, towards the final week of May, based on this blog that came along with the roadmap. There's going to be a Chaos Dwarfs endgame scenario, Regiments of Renown, another round of them for the base factions of Warhammer 3, a new legendary hero, which is a nice little free LC addition. Still wish we were getting another 4th legendary lord for Chaos Dwarfs, but maybe that's a dead horse to beat another day. More crash fixes and general bug fixes, definitely very much needed. Definitely looking forward to 3.1. I know Chaos Dwarfs update did a lot of really great things, but it also introduced some pretty serious bugs and performance issues, so let's get that ironed out hopefully soon, and certainly by the end of the month is promising. It's not ideal, but it's definitely sooner than, you know, the worst case scenario, so we'll take it, we'll take it. Looking ahead to the summer, we've got update 4.0. And you'll see here there's another free legendary hero. There's 3 factions listed: Tzeentch, Cathay, and Kislev. This is going to be the Shadows of Change DLC. So I guess this is an official confirmation of the next DLC. It's going to be another 3 lords, legendary lords, plus a legendary hero. And it'll cover those 3 factions: Tzeentch, Cathay, and Kislev. We'll see how much they do to rework each of those factions. I find it interesting that some of the Game 3 factions already need reworks because they were poorly designed from the start in terms of their campaign mechanics, especially like Kislev, for example. The Race to Confederation is just kind of there, and there's not a lot else going on. Definitely could do a lot more with it. So hopefully Kislev gets a rework. Cathay actually is pretty decent. The armored mechanic in campaign can be a little bit punishing at times, a little bit of a pain to manage, but overall they seem mostly fine. Tzeentch also has some really strong abilities and some really kind of very useless abilities, so we'll see how things pan out for them. But anyway, doesn't look like there will be any overhauls to any other factions with this update, but there will also be, supposedly, some AI updates and some settlement battle improvements. Those two, I mean, it's kind of TBD how much of an impact they'll actually make, or, whether they'll materialize in a form that is exactly what we would want. Probably not, but anyway, there will no doubt be an interim patch between that and the next update to fix everything that they broke, and then we've got update 5.0, the one that I'm probably most excited for as an Empire main, covering Nurgle, the Empire, and the Dwarfs, which is very interesting. We'll kind of cover a bit of the old world, I guess. Also comes with another legendary hero as part of the DLC, plus a free legendary hero, so it seems like they're trying to really add a lot of legendary heroes across a lot of different factions. Well, that's great. A lot of factions also need more legendary lords, so I hope they don't completely forgo adding legendary lords to factions that need them in the future, like Norska, for example, or Chaos Dwarfs. Yeah, we have all the hints we need on this one. Is interesting. I'm sure people will figure that out. I honestly have no idea. Then they're going to introduce another kind of Sword of Cain-like mechanic in campaign, the Nemesis Crown. Yeah, and then again, Nurgle, the Empire, and Dwarfs will all be getting reworks, all very much needed. Again, Nurgle is one of those Game 3 factions that was poorly designed from the start. They definitely need some reworks. The Empire is just a little bit dated at this point. Some of the mechanics don't work great these days, although it's still a pretty fun campaign to play, especially with mods. Always nice to have an update for the Empire, and dwarfs are one of the factions that definitely needs an update. Yeah, could use some fun new stuff. I'm interested to see what they add for them. And now to 6.0, there will be another DLC, and from the background on this, we can assume that the Chaos faction will be Slaanesh. Slaanesh is pretty good, honestly, and yeah, I don't know that they really need that many more updates. As for the factions they'll be up against, I don't really know, to be honest. Lore-wise, it might make sense to do like the High and Dark Elves. They don't, I mean, their mechanics are mostly fine. The Dark Elves could use some love, honestly, but I think the factions that most need like new Legendary Lords and just an overall refresh is definitely Norsca is up there. Bretonnia as well would definitely, I mean, Norsca and Bretonnia plus Slaanesh would definitely be a pretty good update. Hit some factions that are well needed. Ogres are honestly another faction that needs a fairly serious rework, but we'll see. I have no idea. Khorne, I noticed, is not on this list so far. The next 3 DLCs are going to be the other 3 Chaos Gods, and I actually think that works. Khorne's, like, Scarbrand's mechanics are definitely the best of any mono god, so I feel they're least in need of a rework. In my own personal taste, they're quite a bit of fun to play. That said, they do talk about plans for 2024 and potentially beyond, so this train will keep rolling for quite some time, and I'll keep bringing you these sweet multiplayer battles for as long as I humanly can, so stay tuned for that. Be sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss any of that. Yeah, I mean, overall, in terms of thoughts about this roadmap, like I said, it's pretty good. I'm a little bit sad to not see some certain factions I think are more in need of reworks than some of these others, but at the same time, I understand they want to get the game 3 factions kind of up to speed in terms of the number of Legendary Lords and other stuff that they have, so definitely looking forward to it. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. Again, subscribe if you haven't and you want some hot multiplayer content. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.